Welcome to the show. Great to be with you. Thanks for tuning in today and just trying to get me on the camera. Hope you're having a good day and you're making your way through the week and finding your way through, some pathway to your health, wellness, and well-being. And if it's a little confusing, we'll try to clear it up. Hopefully we won't make it worse. Hope. We'll see. Communication is the study of misunderstanding and its remedies, It's a paraphrase of I.A. Richards. You may wonder, who is that? He was a pretty cool guy, pretty Renaissance type guy. Look him up, I.A. Richards. Yeah, he said rhetoric. I just substituted communication. Communication is the study of misunderstanding and its remedies. It's true, isn't it? People communicate, having a nice conversation. They think they understand one another. They walk away. And then 5 minutes later, 5 days later, whatever, they realize, you know what? That person didn't understand one thing I said. They just did the opposite of what we were talking about. It goes on all day long. The meaning is not in the message. The meaning is in the person. So things can go awry. Even doing a show, I'm very aware of that and sensitive to it, and I pay attention, especially when we're on air, what we say, how we say it, because after all, people are listening and watching and might be making decisions and choices based on what's airing on the show. It happens all the time. So we're very careful. Communication is the study of misunderstanding and its remedies. I tell Gary that every day. Speaking of communication, and we have some event happening this weekend. Is there some sporting event that's supposed to happen? Anybody?
Yeah, the Super Bowl.
Uh-huh.
But I'm more excited about the Webster Flea Market's car and swap show, so that's where I'll be.
Okay. Well, we're gonna talk about the Super Bowl from the perspective of health, not necessarily of the players, although we're concerned about their health. We don't want anybody injured, right? And does the Super Bowl pose a risk to people's health? I'll share with you a story or two about a study or two that would suggest, you know what? Yeah. Super Bowl. And maybe the risk of even having a heart attack. What do you think about that? Fans can get pretty amped, animated about this event. Now, I haven't been following it this week. I've got other things going on, so I'm not paying too much attention to any drama or trauma associated with the Super Bowl leading up to the Super Bowl. I don't think either of my producers have either. If I walk down the hall to our sports station here at the station, I would probably pick some things up from the fellas down there. But I'll report on that today. I believe Richard Passwater's drifting in. I don't know if he's coming. I don't think he's in person. He's calling. Is he calling it in today?
Yes, sir.
That means he's somewhere. He's traveling. If he can make it to the show, he'll find a way to get here. So he must be doing something somewhere. We'll find out. I think of all the guests I have on the show, he is the most traveled. He's around the world all the time, everywhere. Europe, you name it. He's something else, that guy. I don't know how he does it. I couldn't do that. It's too much. I could, but I don't want to. No, thank you. We invite you to join the conversation, although with the caveat that communication is the study of misunderstanding and its remedies. We still invite you to join in. We love it when you call, ask questions, share some ideas, thoughts, feelings, stories that you think would resonate with others, might help them understand what they're experiencing. You have various ways to connect here besides the phone.
You can reach us at 877-897-8255. That's 877-897-8255. Or follow us on Let's Talk Nutrition on Facebook. Subscribe to our YouTube channel where everything is archived. It's put up daily, and it's broadcasted live on our YouTube. You can also follow us on our Instagram at Let's Talk Nutrition, where not only do we post our articles for today, we also post some interesting recipes I see that the marketing team's been putting up lately. So,
Cooking, are they?
yes. It's and they try to work in some of the products that we talk about into their cooking, and they post those up there. So, it's interesting.
Yeah. Food is good, right?
Yes.
It is a nutrition show, after all. Before I get into the Super Bowl, I want to report on a story that's trending. I've been tracking it. This influenza for this year. I talked about it. I alluded to it the other day. I didn't get into too much detail, but Canadian researchers did a study, and they took a look at the flu, and when once infected, what's the risk? What are the health risks for a heart attack? And one story, for example, in the New York Times was saying that for 7 days after the flu, somebody gets infected with the flu, the probability of that person having a heart attack, a myocardial infarction, is pretty high. The risk will remain high even after 7 days. Now, these Canadian researchers looked at a period of 7 years and identified 364 heart attacks in people who were 35 years of age and older and who had been hospitalized 1 year before or 1 year after they had been infected with the flu. Okay? Out of that sample, there were 20 heart attacks during 7 days after a diagnosis of flu, and then another 344 during the remainder of the year. Oh, my. So it appears that the 7-day period, out of the 364 heart attacks, 20 occurred within the during the 7 days, once infected with the virus. They said they reported, and giving credit to the New York Times and Nicholas Baccalar, said that these Canadian researchers figured out the risk of a heart attack in the week after getting the flu was more than, are you ready? Wait for it, 6 times as high as the risk in any other week. And that other types of viral respiratory infection tripled the risk for heart attack. So without any other respiratory infection, you're at risk for a heart attack. If you have a viral respiratory infection on top of the virus, you triple the risk for a heart attack. Flu kills. We'll be back.
I'm Joy McCarthy, holistic nutritionist, and I expect more from my multivitamin. I've researched many vitamins, and what's truly different about Every Woman's One Daily from New Chapter is that it's fermented with probiotics and whole foods and gentle even on an empty stomach. Every Woman's One Daily helps you feel good every day, giving you immune, energy, and stress support, and nutrients for bone and heart health. You will notice a difference. Every Woman's One Daily recently won the Best Multivitamin Award, and I love that it's non-GMO project verified. Discover the wisdom of nature with New Chapter.
Whether you spend your free time on a treadmill, under a car, or in your garden, if your active lifestyle leaves you sore, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce may be exactly what you need. Inflammaforce has a natural herb blend that acts as an anti-inflammatory to help maintain healthy joint and mobility support. There are standardized herbs like white willow, boswellia, turmeric, ginger, and devil's claw. The vegetarian capsule promotes easy digestion and a fast-acting dissolve process. Inflammaforce includes a proprietary enzyme herbal blend full of antioxidants and flavonoids that target pain and inflammation throughout the body. Body Vigor's Inflammaforce contains ingredients that support normal, healthy joint flexibility and function, builds healthy tissue, and helps with your recovery process. So if you're tired of sore joints and inflamed muscles, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce is your answer. Purchase Inflammaforce.
We are back from the break. Super Bowl. It's supposed to be fun, right? Well, turns out that, guess what? Our old friend stress shows up. It can be stressful, especially for fans who don't moderate or modulate their enthusiasm for the game. And some can put themselves at risk for a heart attack. Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. And if you just tuned in, thanks. Back in 2007, The University of Florida Health Science Center was talking about this. And I remember reporting on this because I found my notes. And, you know, if you have heart disease and you're under a lot of stress and your arteries are occluded, I mean, you really can put yourself at risk here. Your body's physiological response to stress can exacerbate those coronary artery, the coronary artery disease that you have. So you have to be careful. A Dr. Seberg in this from the university was saying a football game that lasts several hours may cause several physiological responses to occur versus a short-lived activity like bungee jumping. I'm not doing that for sure. A person, he said, with heart disease, for example, shouldn't get so excited it causes it causes stress on their heart. People who have had strokes or high blood pressure have to be careful, he said. Close quote. It's a game. It's a football game. You're not in front of the Almighty, and you're waiting for the decision to come down as to where you're going. Okay? This is a football game. It's a game. That's all it is.
You ever watch these Eagles fans? Have you seen these videos of these Eagles fans?
They're pretty. They're
intense, to say the least. And I could.
Have you ever watched any of the soccer fans?
Yes.
Riot. What are you talking about, man? That people have died. Stampedes, fist fights, starting a fire, ignite in the stands. Go ahead. I'm just thinking. You got to be careful now what you say about its particular fans.
Yeah, I know. Because we're in that part of the. We're up there, so
all fans are. Listen,
they take things to heart a little, just too much.
I grew up, born and raised in Pittsburgh. I remember when they were throwing beer bottles at Terry Bradshaw. What did he say? Batteries? What? Throwing batteries at Santa Claus. Oh my God.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Okay, so when Terry Bradshaw was the quarterback for the Steelers, when he first started, he wasn't doing so well. And the fans in Pittsburgh, who are good people, they were throwing beer bottles at him, man. Good thing he had a helmet on. And then, of course, they won 4 Super Bowls or 5 or whatever it was in a row. It was crazy. Not in a row, but they won a number of Super. Remember that reign that they had, and he turned out to be a darn good quarterback. But they were throwing beer bottles. Come on, man, that's not right.
Fan motivation?
No, it's just and people approach politics the same way. I don't get this. I don't understand. I don't get it. It's not worth it. Not worth it. You know, you just have to be mindful. Now, the New York, there's a study here, a recent study, acute myocardial infarction after laboratory confirmed influenza infection. This is in the New England Journal of Medicine. And I'll quote them. Acute myocardial infarction, that's a heart attack, can be triggered by acute respiratory infections, the influenza. Previous studies have suggested, they said, an association between influenza and acute myocardial infarction. But those studies used nonspecific measures of influenza infection or study designs that were susceptible to bias, they said. Pardon me. We evaluated the association between laboratory-confirmed influenza infection and acute myocardial infarction. Their results, they said they identified 364 hospitalizations for heart attack that occurred, as I just told you a moment ago, 1 year before and 1 year after a positive test for the influenza. At those first 7 days, out of that 364, there were, 20 or 22 people that had a heart attack. So, if you have a family member or a friend who's gotten infected with the virus and they have some, heart condition or maybe comorbidities, maybe more than one health issue, please keep an eye on them. Be watchful for them. And children and the elderly and pregnant women are especially vulnerable. Just wanted to say. Richard Passwater is going to be my guest today. He's a big sports fan. He likes baseball, though. We'll see what's on his mind for Super Bowl. Don't let the Super Bowl be hazardous to your health. Please. It's only a football game, man. I'll bet you probably don't even know who's playing, do you? You don't?
No.
No. See, you have no interest at all. You are listening to Let's Talk Nutrition, the Super Bowl of Health Talk Radio.
The perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering. You're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement? Or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit takesolace.com. Solace, for healthy sleep naturally.
I was reporting on the Super Bowl and how it can increase the risk for a heart attack for some people who suffer from heart disease or have high blood pressure, you know? Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. Please be careful. I would be remiss if I didn't mention a Tulane study that I reported on, I believe was back in 2016, where they said that being at a Super Bowl party, in essence, or wherever a crowd of people are collected here to watch the game, might increase your risk for getting infected with the virus. That would be especially relevant this year given the virulence of this particular strain this flu season. So think twice before going to that party, you know, where you got 20 people or more jammed into some room on watching a big screen and people coughing and hacking. And the influenza, of course, is an infectious disease that's spread by airborne droplets, okay, that can travel about, 6 feet. I'm just saying. So show up in a hazmat suit. You'll be a hit. They'll probably think you had a couple drinks before you got there. What's wrong with that guy? My guest, they would never say that about my guest, though, Richard Passwater. He wouldn't show up like that. I don't think. Richard's a regular guest on the show. I know he's a baseball fan. I don't know if he's a football fan. I know he likes the Orioles. The Ravens are not in it. Baltimore Ravens are out, so I don't know. Are you a football fan, Richard?
I grew up a Redskin fan. My father used to work for the Redskins. He was a team doctor that was involved with anti-aging for the players back in the 1970s. But my wife trumps that. She's a Pittsburgh Steelers fan.
Your wife is a genius.
My loyalty.
I was telling.
It was a tough year.
I was sharing with the audience. I remember back in the day when Terry Bradshaw was, when he first started, he wasn't so good, and the fans in Pittsburgh would throw Fort Pitt beer bottles at him.
Iron City beer.
Iron City beer. Boy, you drink a bottle of Iron City beer, you get a headache for a week, man. That stuff is powerful. Jesus. It tasted like steel. You had to be made of steel to drink. Do they still make that?
Yeah, they do.
The Iron City?
They do. I try to have a local beer when I travel around, and that was a local beer I was offered in Pittsburgh.
How did you do?
It was a piece of history. I felt like a real Steelers fan.
It's strong, isn't it? It's robust.
Yeah. It'll keep you warm on a cold day, I believe.
Where are you? How come you're not in studio, man? We were looking for you.
I hope you're living up to your New Year's resolutions better than I do, Dr. Garko and Gary. I promised my wife I would travel less, and so far this year I've been to Mexico, Madrid, Belgium, Iceland, Pennsylvania. I'm in Dubai now. I'm losing track where I was in some of the places in between.
Well, it's a good thing you made that. It's a good thing you made that New Year's resolution. This is February 1st. It's only 30 days have passed. You've been in 15 countries. What are you doing, man?
Now, there's a big trade show here in it's a medical conference called Arab Health here in Dubai, and it's a wonderful place to be this time of the year. Oh. It's not too cold, not too hot.
It's Goldilocks. It's Goldilocks weather, huh? How long are you going to be in Dubai?
I've been here since I think we got here on over the weekend, and we have to go to Norway tomorrow. there's a Scandinavian beauty exhibition I have to speak at over the weekend.
A Scandinavian beauty. Wait. A Scandinavian beauty exhibition? Is that what you said?
Yes, I believe that's what it's called. I'm looking it up here.
Wait a second. Are you telling me somebody's wearing bikinis in Norway this time of year? What's going to? No, man. What are you talking about?
It's called the Health and Beauty Scandinavia. One of the leading and most important meeting places in the Nordic region for everybody involved in the health and beauty sectors.
Yeah, and I'm sure you're going there because you're so concerned about the health of those people and that don't give a whit about the beauty at all.
Somebody has to explain the connection between the two.
Take some photographs. I'll bet there are more beautiful people, men and women, running around there than you and I have collective sense, right?
I don't guarantee much, but I'm going to guarantee that.
The Health and Beauty Scandinavian Exhibition. Emphasis on exhibition. This ought to be there. Is it a serious conference?
I've never been before. I was invited to.
Oh my God! We're showing the a piece of marketing for the Health and Beauty Scandinavia, and they have of course, a beautiful person on the, yeah. Jeez.
You're going to suffer, Richard. You're going to suffer. I'm looking at this.
I feel so bad for you.
Yeah.
You probably want to stay in Dubai, right?
Hold on. I found a picture of Dubai, which is amazing.
It is amazing. I suspect you're in a high-end hotel.
Somebody has to stay at these places. Our CEO.
Oh my God!
I don't think there's any other type here. It's really a.
Look at that thing.
The only thing I could compare it to is Vegas, maybe. Only a little higher end.
Yeah, Vegas is like the hood compared to Dubai, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a car guy, and they have pictures. Everybody shows like pictures of
Lamborghinis and Ferraris
in Dubai. They just leave them in the street. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's a good thing.
It's loading them off of a cargo plane on pallets. I would have never dreamed anything like it. It's the motor vehicles here are I'm not articulate enough to explain them. They're really high end.
I'll take a 110 if you're out there.
Well, it's a good thing that you told your wife you were going to travel less. You've been already to like a half a dozen countries in the month of January. We got 11 more. Today's February 1st. I just wanted to let you know. Okay, Richard? He's not answering me. We'll be back. We're not in Dubai, though.
Whether you spend your free time on a treadmill, under a car, or in your garden, if your active lifestyle leaves you sore, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce may be exactly what you need. Inflammaforce has a natural herb blend that acts as an anti-inflammatory to help maintain healthy joint and mobility support. There are standardized herbs like white willow, boswellia, turmeric, ginger, and devil's claw. The vegetarian capsule promotes easy digestion and a fast-acting dissolve process. Inflammaforce includes a proprietary enzyme herbal blend full of antioxidants and flavonoids that target pain and inflammation throughout the body. Body Vigor's Inflammaforce contains ingredients that support normal, healthy joint flexibility and function, builds healthy tissue, and helps with your recovery process. So if you're tired of sore joints and inflamed muscles, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce is your answer. Purchase Inflammaforce exclusively on Amazon.com.
today. Amazing. Just in the month of February of 2018, he's been to how many countries you've been to so far? 4?
I'm afraid it might be about 8 or 9. I'm afraid it's up there.
For the month of January.
For the month of January.
Someday you're going to come home and that house is going to be empty.
I'm bringing my wife on this trip, though.
Finally,
I'm wising up.
Good boy. So you're going to Scandinavia tomorrow for that conference. What's it called? Scandinavia Health and Beauty.
Health and Beauty Scandinavia. That's right.
Yeah, right. Everybody there looks like they stepped out of central casting for Hollywood. All these beautiful people. What do they need to do anything about beauty? They're already beautiful.
Well, I'll stand out of the crowd then. I'll be the one that looks rough, like a guy from Berlin.
Is BioSil a big hit in Scandinavia?
It was just launched last year, and it's off to a wonderful start there. And I like to talk there about the connection between somebody's outer appearance and their overall health. I talk a lot about how the skin appearance and health is related to bone and joint and cardiovascular health.
Well, can we talk about it here? I know it's not Scandinavia and there are not a bunch of beautiful people running around, but could you allow us to hear some of that for the audience of Let's Talk Nutrition? Would that be okay? So how does the skin reflect the various aspects of health that you identified, heart health and whatnot?
Well, the common thread between all those things are the skin, the blood vessels, the bones, the joint tissues such as tendons and ligaments and cartilage, the synovial capsule and whatnot, all have a collagen framework. And the condition of those tissues is heavily related to the quality and the quantity of collagen and elastin in those tissues. And the skin is the easiest place to observe the collagen and elastin matrix in the body, because it's what you look at when you look at somebody.
So, in other words,
the skin's about.
Wait, let me just. I do mean to interrupt you. Are you saying that if you look at somebody's skin and you can tell that the collagen and elastin is not what it should be, that it could be a telltale sign of bad things happening on the inside? Is that what you're saying?
It could very well be, yes. I think the connection was started back in the 1940s. There was a endocrinologist at the time. He was a leading osteoporosis researcher. His name was Fowler Albright, Dr. Fowler Albright. And he was later invented the concept of birth control pills, and he's considered one of the most 5 influential physicians of all time in the
What's
US.
his first name? What's his
Fowler.
Fowler Albright? Yeah.
Yes.
He was fully bright, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was absolutely. But he made a comment that he said he could tell a woman's if a woman had osteoporosis by looking at the thickness of skin on the back of the woman's hand. He said he noticed an association that the women he was treating for osteoporosis generally had thin, transparent skin on their hands, where the women of similar age that had good bones that he was treating for other issues generally had thicker, less transparent skin. So that the transparent skin wasn't age-related, but that it was associated with the declining bone quality. And then in the 1960s, there was a dermatologist named McConkey who identified that type 1 collagen fibers were both in skin and bones. And then in the 1960s and 70s, it became very popular amongst orthomolecular doctors to start to look at people's earlobes to try to gauge their cardiovascular health. The theory being that if the earlobe, which is mostly collagen, had deep grooves in it, it was perhaps a sign that the collagen matrices elsewhere in the body were breaking down.
Okay, hold on.
The most recent-
Hold on a second. I need to back you up. You put out a lot of info here, and I'm trying to track you. McConkey, how do you spell that name?
I'm not real good with spelling, but it's MC. I'll have to look it up during the break.
Is it McConnaonay or something like that?
Yeah.
McConkey?
Yes, that's great. It's with a K, not a C.
Yeah, check it out and let us know. So, what did McConkey do?
McConkey was the first to identify that type 1 collagen fibers were found in both skin and bone, and that there was that common connection between the skin and the bones.
I found a photograph of Fuller Albright. He looks like a genius. He was born January 12th, 1900, by the way. And, of course, he went to Harvard Medical School. It was in Johns Hopkins School of Medicine. He was an endocrinologist, by the way. Did you know that?
Yes, he wanted to be a orthopedic surgeon, but he didn't have the strength and the physical. Back in those days, an orthopedic surgeon had to be a very strong fellow, and he didn't meet the physical requirements. So he studied endocrinology instead.
Well, he was pretty smart. I mean, he even looks smart. We're showing that's an amazing photograph. It's a black and white, isn't it, Gary?
Yeah.
How intense he is, right? Look at that, man. He doesn't look like a guy you just walk up to say, hey, Fuller, how you doing, man? Right? He just doesn't seem very approachable, but he's intense. We enjoy these historical tidbits. You just sort of gloss over them. I want to stop and talk about these people. This is great. So, in other words, thin skin on the back of the hands could be an indication of things amiss on the inside of the body, yeah? Like osteoporosis.
Yes. And there was very recent research from Yale University linking the skin and the gabalu region on somebody's forehead to their bone health.
Well, let's talk about that when we come back. And then now we're showing the earlobe crease, and we'll get into that as well. All the things we're not in Scandinavia. We're going to do a health and beauty show today, but we're not at Scandinavia Health and Beauty Fair where Richard is going tomorrow. Poor thing. He's in Dubai right now. He's slumming it in Dubai. Oh, my God. How you look on the outside may be a mirror on how things are going on the inside. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. If you just tuned in, thanks. We appreciate your listenership and your viewership. We are coast to coast, and we're worldwide because we stream out of the studio onto 4 platforms every single day. And we're coast to coast, including Hawaii. And we're very proud of that, thanks to you. And my guest today is Richard Passwater. So far for the year 2018, he promised his wife that he would travel less this year. 2018, so far, he's been to 8 countries. I don't know if that's less, but I haven't been to 8 countries my entire life. And right now he's in Dubai, and he's getting ready to do hazard duty in Scandinavia. He's going to Scandinavia Health and Beauty Fair tomorrow. It's a terrible life that boy leads. But he makes some important points here about our health, wellness, and well-being. And this may be a health and beauty theme, but boy, I'll tell you, health and beauty are connected in an ironic way. He was mentioning, we'll get him to repeat some of these things because they're so important. For example, in one study with women, the thinness or the thickness of the skin on the back of the hand was correlated with whether or not they would have osteoporosis. As the skin thinned on the back of the hand, the probability of having osteoporosis went up. This is interesting stuff. It deals with collagen and elastin. Of course, the skin is constituted of collagen and elastin, but collagen and elastin are part of the connective tissues of the body. That would include arteries, for example, and bones. Richard, welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. It's great to have you on. So at this health and beauty fair in Scandinavia tomorrow, when you go there, are you going to be in a booth? Are you giving a talk? Are you just walking around staring at people?
Well, I'm going to give a talk on Sunday at noontime. Anybody in the area can come by. It's a 12 o'clock high noon talk, and I think I'm going to be in a booth tomorrow, but I don't know the itinerary until I get there. But my talk's not till Sunday.
Who attends this Scandinavia Health and Beauty Fair? People from all over the world, or what?
I think it's mostly a Scandinavian draw, and I believe it's a combination of people in the aesthetic and like medical spa type community.
Estheticians and whatnot.
Esthetician and hairstylist and whatnot, and I believe one of the days it's open for the general public. And
really?
I think that's the day I'm
wow.
So I don't know. I've never been before. It's going to be a first time experience for me. Hopefully they don't throw tomatoes and run me out of town. I'll be on my best behavior and try to do well.
Do most people speak English there, or do you have to speak some language for that part of the world?
I believe they have a simultaneous translator at the event. I don't speak English very well, and nothing else, so I'm rather limited. But it's my understanding they have a scientific or like a medical translator that's going to assist me with the lecture.
Do you have anybody with you that films these things and memorializes these experiences? No, probably no, right?
I try to talk somebody to, at least to take a picture of it, so I can look back and keep track of where I was. My wife's traveling with me on this trip. I might ask her to film it.
And what is the exact title of this fair?
I believe it's the please bear with me 1 second. It's I believe it's called the Health and Beauty Scandinavia.
Okay, Health and Beauty Scandinavia. We're going to try to find it. You got my curiosity piqued here. I'm curious because I'd like to know what other countries, how they're thinking about health, wellness, and well-being. Where are they putting the emphasis? I know I have a sense of what we're doing in our country, but we can learn a lot from other countries and what they're focusing on, right? I mean, I'm sure you've picked that up in your travels.
Oh, absolutely. I think you're right on.
Mm-hmm.
I know yesterday I had to go get my tags done.
Yes.
And one of the ladies actually had a bottle of BioSil on the counter. And we got into a conversation about it. And the lady next to her didn't know what it was. And she goes, I've been taking this for the past 5 years. And she goes, well, I'm only in my 30s, so I don't need to start taking it. I said, you should start taking it in your 20s. So I know I take it.
That's an interesting comment that woman makes. She's so mistaken about that, isn't she?
Collagen production actually starts to decrease generally when somebody's about 21 years old.
Yeah, you got to go back there.
And then,
Go ahead, Richard.
Oh, and then, unfortunately, through our adult life, we tend to do more and more things to destroy collagen. Things like homocysteine, stress hormones like cortisol, sugar through glycation reactions, and then advanced glycation end products, and free radicals are the 4 leading causes of collagen loss. And unfortunately, as we get older, we generally have more troubles with those things that destroy collagen. So generally, I always encourage people to focus on protecting and supporting collagen production as early as possible in their life.
I went to the Trade Fair Dates website for the Health and Beauty Scandinavia Barium. Is that
Barium? I believe the name of this.
Yeah.
The section of Oslo where it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one.
3 foods to remove from the fridge forever. I see one title. Yeah, this is interesting. Well, I'm going to peruse this one during the break a little bit more. So the message to the audience of Let's Talk Nutrition Coast to Coast and worldwide is I take BioSil every day. I'm a fan. Mm-hmm. And, it's not for beauty purposes. I'm interested in the collagen matrix, collagen and elastin, and my bone health, my arteries, my connective tissue, of course my skin. But that product, people just think it's it's just for looks. No, it's more than that, isn't it?
The changes you see in the skin are occurring throughout the body. As more collagen is being made in the skin, you'll notice a change in an improvement in elasticity, better radiance, less deep fine lines and wrinkles. But the same thing's happening throughout the body. Increased bone collagen formation in bone to give bone better flexibility, more surface area to deposit calcium phosphate crystals, so somebody's bone mineral density potential can increase. And then in the joints, that's a really collagen dependent tissue. You have cartilage around 70% collagen, and tendons and ligaments up to 90% collagen. And unfortunately, as the collagen network breaks down, the integrity of the joint decreases, and pain and inflammation usually follow. And if you can increase the collagen matrix again and increase the strength of those tissues, it can really improve the quality of somebody's life.
When we come back, Richard will share with you. Sorry to interrupt. We were headed some messages. Richard, when we come back, Richard will share with you the findings of a study dealing with bone health. Right, Richard?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, we come back. We'll do that, and then some clinical trials. There are several clinical trials to support the safety and efficacy of this product, and all of the claims that Richard's making. Every one that he's made, there is science to support it. This is one of the most important, in my opinion, one of the most important dietary supplements to include every single day.
Almost 52% of men experience erectile dysfunction and benign prostatic hyperplasia. If you've had challenges with virility, sexual health, or low energy, Body Vigor's Alpha Extension may be the answer for you. Body Vigor's Alpha Extension can help revitalize your alpha male and extend your love. Our formula is one of the highest quality nutraceuticals available, formulated to support the processes involved in promoting a healthy male sex drive, energy, and stamina. Alpha Extension has 2 powerful herbal blends, Virilomax, which focuses on male sexual health, and T-Pump Activator, which helps balance your testosterone levels. Revitalize your alpha male with Body Vigor's Alpha Extension. Exclusively available on Amazon.com.
Well, we may not be at Scandinavia Health and Beauty, where Richard's going to be tomorrow, but we are coast to coast and we're worldwide, and it's pretty nice here. It turns out the connection between beauty and meaning how you look on the outside and what's going on the inside is more than just a curious idea. It's something that is truly documented. And doctors from old school will tell you, they often, looking at the patient, looking at their eyes, looking at their skin, looking at their tongue, examining them externally was revelatory about maybe what's going on the inside of their body. Richard Passwater is my guest today. He was suggesting this right out of the chute today in my conversation with him. And it does have merit. Turns out that BioSil is a pretty well-researched, clinically researched product. And one of the studies they did dealt with bone health and joint health. Richard, welcome back. Could you share that study and why it was so important?
Well, the study on the bones was a study done on women who had just been diagnosed with osteopenia. They were diagnosed at the St. Thomas Hospital in the UK, and the lead investigator was a really renowned bone specialist named Professor Tim Spector. He's published over 300 different bone articles. But he recruited women who had just been diagnosed with osteopenia, which is thinning of the bones, with a T-score between like -1 and -2.5. These women didn't have thin enough bones yet to be in a disease state of osteoporosis, but they were thinner than they should be, the bones. And he gave all the women in the study calcium and vitamin D supplements. It was unethical to diagnose somebody with thinning bones and then give them a straight placebo. So everybody got a calcium and vitamin D treatment. And then some of the women took a placebo along with the calcium and vitamin D, and others took BioSil. And the women taking BioSil were the fortunate ones because they grew 15% more bone collagen than the group taking just the calcium and vitamin D supplements. And also, the longer they took it, the better it worked, which is always good to see. To me, that suggests that it's working within the body's natural physiology. And also, their bone mineral density at the hip increased 2% compared to the placebo group, or the calcium and vitamin D in the placebo group, and just after 1 year. And as a general rule, anything over 1% after 3 years is considered very meaningful. And this was twice that after just 1 year. I also like to point out in that study, the women actually were making more bone collagen at the end of the study, and they had more bone mineral density in the hip at the end of the study than at the start, which is very rare in bone research. Generally, in bone research, everybody gets worse, and it's less of a drop is considered a gain. Less of a drop's a good thing, but in this case, people actually regrew tissue, and it not only prevented future loss, but it replenished. Do
you happen to know off the top of your head? Do you happen to know off the top of your head the age of the participants in the study?
Going from memory, they were about 55 to their early 70s in the study.
Mm-hmm.
I think the highest. I think the range might have been 55 to 76. They were all but one or two were postmenopausal women.
Mm-hmm. 877-897-8255, toll free. Give us a call if you'd like to speak with Richard or have a question or two. Collagen is, for those listening and watching, is a group of proteins. It turns out it's the most abundant protein in our body. Mostly it's found in connective or fibrous tissues. It accounts for about...
Body's go-to. Oh, sorry about that.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say it's sort of the body's go-to material to make when it needs to make something that's strong and flexible.
Mm-hmm. It accounts for about...
It's stronger than steel.
It's okay. How much does it account in terms of protein content in the body? Does it account for about 30% of the protein in the body?
Yeah, generally the figures used are like between 30 and 35% in that range.
Now, connective tissues, as the term would imply, the root word of connective is connect, support or connect other types of tissues or organs in your body. These connective tissues are sometimes referred to as cellular glue, and they give tissues their shape and keep the tissues viable and strong. Cartilage, fat, and tendons, Richard, you correct me if I'm wrong, aren't those examples of connective tissues?
Yes, those are all considered connective tissues. Yes.
And it's also found, collagen's also found in ligaments, blood vessels, bone, the cornea of your eye, and indeed your skin. So collagen's everywhere in your body. That matrix is critical. Not only how you look, but how you feel and how you will progress in the aging process, and whether or not you're going to age successfully. Not only just look good, but feel good and have the picture on the inside of your body, be just as vibrant and bright as the outside of your body, right? Amazing how that works out. The inside out or outside in. How should you approach this? Maybe both ways. Billions of dollars are spent on cosmetic products, collagen, elastin, you name it. People, topical products, billions and billions of dollars. BioSil, we'll tell you what it is. It's not collagen, though. Oh, well, what does that mean?
The ever-increasing
Almost 52% of men experience erectile dysfunction and benign prostatic hyperplasia. If you've had challenges with virility, sexual health, or low energy, Body Vigor's Alpha Extension may be the answer for you. Body Vigor's Alpha Extension can help revitalize your alpha male and extend your love. Our formula is one of the highest quality nutraceuticals available, formulated to support the processes involved in promoting a healthy male sex drive, energy, and stamina. Alpha Extension has 2 powerful herbal blends, Virilla Max, which focuses on male sexual health, and T-Pump Activator, which helps balance your testosterone levels. Revitalize your alpha male with Body Vigor's Alpha Extension, exclusively available on Amazon.com.
listening to my guest today, you learned that there is a connection between wrinkles, for example, and bone health. The changes in skin collagen with age, as people age, are correlated or otherwise correspond with changes in collagen in the bone. One is reflective of the other. If you have numerous or a lot of wrinkles, very likely that your collagen levels are low in your bones. So decreased skin collagen may be a clear indicator for osteoporosis, as my guest Richard Passwater was suggesting today. And he also pointed out in that study that BioSil has benefit in promoting bone health by increasing the manufacture of collagen, because how much of bone is made up of collagen?
About 30% of bone is collagen.
Substantial. And so that detailed, that double-blind study in postmenopausal women with low bone density, the BioSil increased the collagen content of the bone by 22% and increased bone density by 2% within the first year of the women using the product. That was 6 to 10 milligrams per day. Welcome back, Richard. This product is amazing.
Thank you for having me.
The product is amazing. I mean, you've been on here a gazillion times, and every time I'm so impressed with this product. I mentioned going into messages that it is not collagen that's in the bottle of BioSil, but it's something else. What is it, Richard?
It contains a unique complex called choline stabilized orthosilicic acid. And choline is a B vitamin-like compound, and orthosilicic acid is the biologically relevant form of the mineral silicon. And some of the benefits of the product are from the choline, some from the orthosilicic acid, and some from the complex itself. And the product activates enzymes in the body that make collagen and elastin, and to some degree keratin, and then it protects those structures also. So it helps the body replenish lost collagen and elastin, and also protects it from further damage.
You know, so it's choline stabilized orthosilicic acid, and it helps the body, in other words, make the collagen. It's not collagen per se, but enzymes. I keep saying this over and over again. No enzymes, you die. Every chemical reaction in your body is facilitated, happens because of enzymes. And here's another case.
They're really.
Go ahead.
Oh, they're really the factory workers of the body. They build stuff up or they tear things down, and the enzymes are the workers, but they require generally cofactors to function. Often an enzyme needs a vitamin or a vitamin-like cofactor and a mineral cofactor. But life without the enzymes, human life without enzymes is impossible.
That's why vitamins are called cofactors, right? Richard?
Yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people think, well, if I just, the vitamins are there to help the enzymes. Right? I mean, to facilitate the jobs that the enzymes have to do. No chemical reaction would ever take place without enzymes. Not going to happen. I mean, and I just can't emphasize that enough. And we don't talk. I try to point this out and why it's so important for people to. That's why dietary supplementation, making sure that you're nourishing the body such that the enzymes can do the work that they need to do. That's why you're taking vitamins in the first place, generally speaking. Right, Richard? I mean, generally.
Yeah, we're on the same page. Yes, that's correct.
Okay. It sounds like you got your mind on going to that Scandinavian Health and Beauty Fair tomorrow. That's what
it's just late here. I apologize.
What time is it? What time is it there?
It's only 7:40 p.m., but it's been a long day. And it's I'm operating a little bit on fumes with the jet lag, and I apologize if I'm a bit slow.
No, it's okay. I'm always slow. Slow is good. Slow mo. So now, did you give a talk in Dubai?
I did. I spoke here a little bit more technical about collagen's our BioSil's role and wound healing and earlier today. Yes.
Okay. So you never said that on my show before. Never in the same sentence did I hear you say BioSil and wound healing.
Well, I don't know the promotion. Or I sometimes I stick with very conservative things that.
Well, let's talk about. I'm curious. BioSil and wound healing. So, if somebody had surgery, would BioSil be good to take?
Well, generally, I truly believe so. The first step of healing a wound is generally a blood clot, and then the body starts to grow collagen fibers through the wound to begin the healing process. And the type of collagen and the amount of it, and the quality of it, and especially the amount of elastin that get incorporated into the new skin that's being grown to heal the wound, have a large degree of determinant on the quality of how the skin heals.
Okay, so
as an example,
okay, go ahead.
Keloid scars.
What kind of scars?
As an example, the keloid scars.
Keloid.
Keloid scars are the ones that have a outward facing bow to them, and they don't. They're generally very noticeable, and they don't have any elastin in them, or very low amounts of elastin. But generally, the more elastin that's produced during the healing process, the less noticeable the scar is.
So if somebody was having plastic surgery, ironically, if somebody was having a facelift, let's say, after surgery, maybe they should have taken more BioSil before the surgery.
It's a live shot of Dubai.
I think the results are much better taking BioSil with these types of microdermabrasions and laser treatments and these ultrasound type devices that create heat.
Sure.
Try to facilitate a healing response.
We're showing who is that woman?
That's Richard's wife.
We're showing your wife in Dubai, man. We got her up on the screen.
As a family-owned company since 1968, Now has spent the last 50 years.
Almost 52% of men experience erectile dysfunction and benign prostatic hyperplasia. If you've had challenges with virility, sexual health, or low energy, Body Vigor's Alpha Extension may be the answer for you. Body Vigor's Alpha Extension can help revitalize your alpha male and extend your love. Our formula is one of the highest quality nutraceuticals available, formulated to support the processes involved in promoting a healthy male sex drive, energy, and stamina. Alpha Extension has 2 powerful herbal blends, Virilomax, which focuses on male sexual health, and T-Pump Activator, which helps balance your testosterone levels. Revitalize your alpha male with Body Vigor's Alpha Extension. Exclusively available on Amazon.com.
Collagen connection. That's the way to put it together. It connects. Collagen connects. Here's the health question. We were talking about how collagen is connected to connective tissue, ligaments, tendons, cartilage, bone, your arteries, your skin, right? What percent of your ligaments is made up of collagen? 9%, 19%, or 90%? What percent of your ligaments, those things that connect bone to bone, is made up of collagen? 9%, 19%, or 90%? If you have the right answer, we'll send you some tickets. Richard will buy them for you, and we'll send you to the Scandinavian Health and Beauty Fair. No, I wish. The best we can do is a $25 gift card. We were showing your wife in Dubai. We'll come back to that in a second. Here's the number to call to win the $25 supplement gift card from Vitamin Discount Center. Call this number.
877-897-8255. That's 877-897-8255. Or locally at 813-636-8255. What are the 3 takeaways, Richard, that you could tell anybody
for
about
today?
A minute? Yeah, for today.
What are 3 takeaways? Give it to us in a minute.
Well, collagen really connects the body. It's the cement or the glue that holds the body together, and it not only has an incredible role and importance in the way we look, but in the way that our body functions and the quality of our life. And unfortunately, collagen production maxes out when somebody's about 21. And it generally declines about 1% per year all throughout somebody's life. And as early as they can in somebody's life, if they can take a proactive stage to keep collagen production high and to protect it, I really believe that they not only will look better, but they'll have a much less physical impairment, and as they get older from bone and joint issues.
And the third point is that that's why you need to take BioSil. Say it.
BioSil, it's backed by over 20 years and $15 million in research.
There you go. How much collagen constitutes your ligaments? 9%, 19%, or 90%? 877-897-8255.
Yes.
Where is that, Stephen? Stevens Point, Wisconsin. Have we ever had a call from there? She has called. Sharon. Sharon, welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Stevens Point, Wisconsin. It must be a warm and balmy day there today.
Oh, yes, it's beautiful. Well, right now it's 0, but it was like 10 below this morning. So we're having a heat wave.
It's 0. It can only go up from there. Be positive.
Yes, that's for sure. And that's why I enjoy listening to you on the radio even more.
Oh, well, thank you so much. 0. My mother used to say 0. 0, 0. She would say that. 0. 0, 0. Well, there you go. Oh my goodness. 0. What was it yesterday? Below 0?
You know what? The day before yesterday, we got maybe a couple inches of snow, and it was like 35 degrees. So I'm out there shoveling, and it's wonderful. It's like, oh my gosh, 35 degrees, and that sun was so nice and warm. And yeah, today's a different story.
It's all relative, right? I mean, yeah. Oh my goodness. God bless you. I used to live in that stuff. I don't know how you do it.
Oh, and you know what I think about you talking about vitamin D, and as I'm shoveling, I'm thinking, oh yes, this is my vitamin D.
This is my vitamin D. So how in your ligaments and my ligaments and Richard's and all those people that'll be at the Health and Beauty Scandinavia tomorrow, where Richard will be and we won't, how much collagen are found in human ligaments? 9%, 19, or 90?
Is it 90?
It is. It's a lot of collagen. This product, I got to tell you, in all seriousness, Sharon, it's every single day I take it. And it's a product where you should take it every day.
Yes. And you know what, Doctor? I take it every day. And even my hairdresser goes, "Wow, you got lots of baby hairs coming." I said, "Oh, it's just my BioSil."
It's just my BioSil. Exactly. Oh, I love that. It's the liquid is also good, but it's a little. You have to mix it with something because the choline gives it a funny smell and a funny taste. But the liquid is also good, but the pills do a great job. I mix, and I would recommend a lot of vitamin C when you take your BioSil.
Okay.
Take a gram or two of vitamin C when you take your BioSil. There's a product called Emergen-C. It's a powder.
Oh, yeah.
Mix that in a glass of water and drink and take your BioSil with that vitamin C. It'll do it. They work well together, right, Richard?
They're very complementary. They activate enzymes together.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Well, congratulations, Sharon. All I can say is stay warm.
Oh, I will.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Are you by yourself or do you have somebody helping you?
I'm home alone. That's why I'm enjoying your show. Folding clothes and, doing all those fun things. I was just going to make some cookies, which are so good for us.
Well, they're Wisconsin cookies, and you made them. Well, it was nice talking to you. You sound like you're a delightful person, and thank you so much for calling the show and contributing. We appreciate it very much. Take care of yourself.
Thank you. You too.
I will. Yeah, see, Richard, isn't that lovely? What a lovely person, right?
Absolutely. I'm always impressed with the callers that call into your show.
Speaking of lovely people, we were showing a picture of your beautiful wife and a backdrop of Dubai at night. I mean, she's a beautiful woman, and the city behind her is much improved with her in front of it.
She's much more interesting to look at than I am. And, that's from the balcony of the hotel we're slumming it in here.
Yeah, I can see that. What a beautiful shot.
They put us in a rough place here.
Yeah, I can see that. You poor things. Enjoy your trip and stay safe, my friend. We think a lot of you, and I'm glad that you got some sense in your head and took your wife on this trip. Let's Talk Nutrition, coast to coast, worldwide, where your health is your wealth and your health is the wealth of those that care about and love you.